All right, so went to try to put the Dominator in the car, or what I thought I was gonna do. And originally, I was gonna put it up there. Okay, I have a piece of carbon mounted to the firewall, and that is the fuse block for the basically everything to do with the body. So not a BCM, because that'd be a body control module, but basically just a body fuse block, because there is no control module on an old school car. I'm used to saying that term because of the new school stuff that I work on every day. But there's the body fuse block. So that's everything: turn signals, headlights, accessories, all that stuff. This over here, these go up to the switch up there, which is all, of course, basic stuff. So I kind of kept base stuff down there. Originally, I was going to put our Dominator up there, and I haven't 100% ever, been like really stoked on that because of the passenger seat here, possibly hitting it with a foot or something if you're really freaking tall. The chances of that are pretty slim, but anyway, and of course your lower dash goes across here with your glove box, AC vents, all that. But I got looking and I said, well, maybe I'll mount it under the seat. Maybe I'll come in here, because the seat easily just comes right out with a couple of pan head screws. I said, so maybe we'll just come in here and build an aluminum panel, two shelf system kind of, where one shelf low, one shelf high, and then mount, some electronics underneath here, whether it's, relays or whatever underneath here. And then if you absolutely have to do anything, you can pull it out at the track real fast, with 6 bolts, because there's 2 up there. And they come out, it comes out really fast. The seat is really lightweight, easy to pull out, so it's not a big deal. And then it would be tucked away. Your data cable for your laptop would be right here, where it just easily runs right out the car right here, and it would basically be tucked out of the way. And then I was like, well, another option is this little area right here. Okay, is I could take some bar mounts and put some clamps, okay, like we went over on the front of the car, basically clamp some clamps here where it creates a panel right here. Where this thing basically tucks up inside here, because this is a dead zone in here. Okay, and then by doing that, what that does is that would allow, also, let me see if I can just get it to stand up here for a second, your, laptop ports right there, obviously, and then your power, would easily just run right there back to the battery, because that would be a short run. You want it to go to your battery, you don't want it off of a stud. And then we could put, the relays right here. They're really easy to get to, especially if the seat's out. But even if the seat's not out, you can see the room we have over here. It would be really easy to work to, even if you have to change something out in the staging lanes. So I definitely like this idea just because of the ease of it. I don't know if everybody pays attention, but this thing is heavy. I'm about to weigh it. So putting it on a firewall, we spend all this time pulling weight off the front of the car, putting it on the back of the car, or putting it center, and then you go hang this thing on your firewall. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about all this, that don't really make much sense to me. So I'm gonna put this thing on a scale, because I feel like this thing weighs more than my radiator did. And I put the radiator in the back. Basically the weight from the radiator comes off of the water. But, it's just a thought. Just me thinking out loud. So yeah, and if this down bar wasn't right here, we have carbon. All of this is in carbon down here. So, it would have been freaking amazing to mount it right there. But I was trying to keep this space right here open so that you can get in and out of the back seat whenever it's done, if it ever gets done. So that, like I said, one of my kids can ride back there or whatever, if it's to a car show. But that's what these pull pins are for. So these pull pins, actually, you stick your hand under there, pull that. And then I just haven't did a pin system on this yet, but then that allows the seat to tilt forward a couple of inches to help them get in and out if that was ever functional. The more the car grows, the less likely it seems that any of the kids would be riding in the back. This seems kind of like a mom and dad date night car for the streets if you're going to take it out, but that's just what originally it was supposed to be. So, and it probably still will get a back seat. I just don't know if it'll get used. Harper, how much do you think this weighs? Huh? How much do you think the Dominator weighs? You're not going to have it. I'm just wondering how much you think it weighs. 5 pounds 7 ounces. So that is a pretty good chunk. So with that 5 pounds being weighed, you know, it's a pretty good chunk on anything, even if we mount it on some clamps. So I think I'm definitely going to build a tray. I actually went ahead and took my pins out of my thing because my seats they're where they bolt in, and then it also has the pin. So you can take the bolt out and use the pin, or you can take the pins out and just use the bolts so they're fixed. And so the only thing if you have at the racetrack problems should just be really right here. It shouldn't have anything ever to do over there. That would be more street car problems. All right, so worked out here tonight and got the Dominator mount done. What a mess that's now in the car. Of course, I bolted everything in place and then drilled it all in place. So now I've got all this aluminum that I've got to clean up out of the carpet. The bolts are not all the way down, but you basically get the gist of it. That's how it's going to sit. Originally, I was going to do a plate where I was going to plate the whole thing, but then I decided that I would just build a frame. So a frame basically allows, you know, more for the wires to go down, you know, and go underneath here and come up, you know, without having to drill holes in it. And really to do a big plate over that, it's just not needed. So that's plenty strong, not going nowhere. It does hang out of the back of the bracket. You know, the seat bottom goes to about right here probably. So it does hang out a little. I didn't want to go farther forward with it because of your, you know, your center seat belt. Your center seatbelt strap. So of that, I didn't want, in case of an accident or anything, you know, I didn't want it pulling or anything. I didn't want it pulling pressure on the ECU. So that's literally like right in line with where the mount is down there, how it mounts to the floor and where it pivots at. So that's not pulling any pressure on the mount at all whenever you tighten down the passenger seat belts. But I mean, I think that's fine. I don't think it's really going to get in the way or nothing like that. Of course, this goes back up here. This is just a secondary. All that is just a secondary fire extinguisher. For anybody that's wondering, the car is getting a fire suppression system in it. That's just kind of a small one so that if something happens, you could basically just grab it and, you know, extinguish the fire, hopefully without having to pull, you know, the whole kit. And that's literally the seat. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen in other videos, the seat goes like right here. You can see over there that one. So it's going to be like right underneath the passenger's knees. If there was a passenger in the car, it's like right there. That way you can just grab it and do what you got to do. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty good. You know, like I said, we got mounted up in here where our some of our relays are going to go. Got all that mounted up. And that's just a carbon fiber panel. I didn't have a piece of carbon big enough to do it down here, and it's really honestly not needed because you still have to do aluminum brackets pretty much to mount the carbon to, and it's just, it'd be a waste of piece of carbon underneath the seat for no reason. So like I said, it's not needed. But this will allow basically the wires to come out, and then there's enough meat right here to do some wire to you know, clips to secure them, or zip tie them to. And then this piece right here has an edge that runs up the side, you know, a real small edge. So that would also allow you to drill in some cable guides that will run the cables up into there, which would be where a lot of the relays, you know, and the wires will go up into there to the dash and everything. So it's a pretty good route for the wires to snake through the car and be hidden and not be all over the place. Basically, your route's going like this and into the back of the car. Pretty simple. So these will come out, or probably the carpet will probably get cut right here, and then they'll probably shoot underneath the carpet, you know, up here into this corner where they disappear behind the panel. But yeah, that's definitely something y'all can do right at your house. If you want to mount your ECM under your seat, you could build a little bracket. And I built mine off of my seat brackets that I already built. So they just bolt, as you can see, right to, you know, the brackets are already there on both sides. It just bolts to it. So nice and simple. Not hard, no welding required. I put a rivet in each corner. These are bolted to this. This is solid, it's bolted to the floor. So I mean, nothing's going nowhere. So I like that. I like it a lot. So, and there's not gonna be any fuses underneath here. So it's not like you'll ever need to really get anything out of here. And for this cable right here, for your laptop, you know, it can go right here, and then I'll probably screw a cable guide into here or something. That will keep this from ever getting ripped out, and then it can just stay curled up either beside the seat right here, or you can literally just, you know, toss it under the seat and then it'd be curled up under the seat. But it'll probably just stay curled up right here beside the seat. That way it's easy to access if you need it. So whenever you need to plug it in to work on the tunes or anything. And I think the Holley one comes as kind of short, so probably get a long one. That way you can reach up here to the roof of the car. So I don't think the one comes with it is that long, but that's it for that. Y'all let me know if you see anything that you don't like or any ideas. Yeah. So I think we're going to wrap this up, try to keep these a little shorter for y'all. You know, it seems like no matter what I put up, no matter how long, if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, the average view duration is only 50%. So trying to chop them down anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes and not drag them out if I don't need to, you know, and just keep them short and sweet, one thing at a time. So like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll catch y'all on the next clip. Thanks, y'all.